I want to start with a quote from one of our great saints. So I misquote saints all the time, and I'm really grateful when I know that I have the name of the saint responsible for the pithy wisdom that I am proclaiming. And so here's the quote of the night last night for me. It is better to be a child of God than the king of the whole world. And that is quoted from Saint Aloysius Gonzaga. Thanks be to God for our saints and for their wisdom. So, you and I every day have the opportunity to say yes to our faith, to say yes to Jesus, to say yes to being a follower of Jesus Christ. Again, based on Saint Aloysius Gonzaga's wisdom, it's better to us to be a child of God, to be a part of the followers of Jesus Christ, than to have anything else in this world. We hear that in the gospel. It profits one nothing to gain the whole world, but to lose their soul. You and I are called every day to accept our faith in big ways, in small ways. And the way that we do this is by knowing our faith, by being able to say that unreserved yes. So, the other thing about faith, we know what we know. Again, I'm going to quote a saint, and this is one that I'm not sure. I want to say it's St. Augustine, but I misquote saints, so whoever it is, I pray that someday in heaven they will tell me, do you remember when you said, and they'll correct me. So, this saint, like I said, I believe St. Augustine said, I believe, Lord, help my unbelief. There but for the grace of God go any of us. We know what we know, and we can say yes to what we know. But the one thing that we hear based on this is that by saying yes, God informs us, God enlightens us. He brings faith more deeply into our lives. It becomes illuminated in our consciousness if we ask for God's assistance. That's part of the gifts of the Holy Spirit. I mean, think about the beautiful gifts that we get from the Holy Spirit in our confirmation as Catholics. All of those 7 gifts, wisdom, right judgment, they're not rolling off my tongue. I apologize. but they're there. There are 7 of them. And all of them, again, inspire us to not only know, understand, to believe, to say yes to. I remember as a young woman, actually probably a college student, I remember thinking about end of life stuff. And, that hits all of us at a variety of times in our life. And I remember thinking, the uneasiness about what is the end of life going to be, about my death, about all of that. And I remember thinking as a young person, well, I'll worry about that later. Well, not great advice. All of us. That's the thing about monasticism, the monastic life. What happens at the end of every day is being ready. As we lay ourselves down to sleep and go to bed at night, part of what we need to face is the ultimate end of our life. And the yes that we say to Jesus, and the confidence that we have that God has saved us. and that we say yes to it, that we commit ourselves to it. Again, not once saved, always saved. You and I say yes to God every day of our life, in big ways, in small ways. There is no fence, okay? So I can't be on the fence. Priest I like, and I think I've said that here before, says Satan owns the fence. Satan owns the queasiness or the squishiness that we get about being unreserved in our yes. Well, maybe I should, what would it be, bide my time? Maybe I should just sit in the middle. No, you and I are called to be followers of Jesus Christ. We hear during the Easter season in the Acts of the Apostles the life of our early church, and not only the life, but the willingness on the part of the disciples of Jesus, especially to say yes, to preach despite the cost. We live in a world that is becoming more and more pagan. You and I, as followers of Jesus Christ, are called to be a part of the light of this world, to bring Jesus's message of salvation to any and everyone that hasn't heard it. So I'll go back to what we celebrate. Happy Easter. We're in the middle of the Easter season. Let's live like we understand what that means, that we believe it, and bring our faith to any and everyone who needs to hear it. Happy Easter. It's going to be Sunday in a handful of days, so I will see you. Actually, Marky and I will be in Salt Lake City, so we will be going to a Catholic church in Salt Lake City. I'll tell you a story about Catholics in Salt Lake another day. Anyway, God bless you. Have a good rest of your week, and I will, sooner or later, see you at church. God bless you.